Let's just give everybody a little bit of time to show up, make sure that everything's working correctly, make sure that I'm not playing the audio in the background twice, make sure everything's fine, and then we'll jump straight into this. We got a lot of stuff that we need to deal with here. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be... well, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'm sure we can do it. I'm sure we can manage it. It should definitely be possible. But yeah, the situation is not looking too good right now. If we go here, you can see this is kind of like the very basic fortress. We go downstairs, you know, we've got all the kind of stuff there. There's still blood on the walls. There's some dead trolls, I believe these are. Troglodyte skeletons, and that's unfortunate as well. We got some graves here. We got a lot of dead dwarves in them, so that's always fun. You're probably wondering, you know, like, why have you got dead dwarves? You know, this isn't, you know, there's a lot of dead dwarves in here. I need to update the dead dwarf counter actually, because if we go here, you'll see we've actually lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 dwarves, which is a lot of dwarves, so that's the first thing we're going to do. Hey, Dr. Foshington, welcome. I'm not a coward, but if I was, there'd be a good reason to be scared today. You want to see why? I don't know if you've been paying much attention to this Dwarf Fortress stream. If you look in the top corner, you might see it says siege, right? It says paused siege, because we are currently under siege. We got quite a large force of people here today, and you know, it's we're not really in a position to deal with that. Do you want to see how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47 zombies are currently outside the fortress, and you can see them all here. They're these units here that are flashing. So there's a human axeman corpse there, there's an elf bowman corpse there's an elf spearman. We've got a massive stockpile of stone up there that we can no longer reach because the entire fortress has been closed. We've closed the drawbridge so that nobody can get in, nobody can get out. We are trapped at the moment until the zombies leave, which they could do. It's not impossible. They might leave on their own accord, or until we somehow make them leave, and that's going to be tricky. And you know, we've got all these other things we need to deal with. The caverns is now closed, which is great, so we're not going to have any caverns issues. But yeah, it's not good. And we've also got dwarf corpses littered about the place as well. We're actually going to probably start having some real nasty issues with that. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to start by making some slabs. We're just going to make 20 of them. We're going to need a lot of slabs. But after that, we're going to just start. But yeah, it's not a good position. I think Baste accidentally raided me. Did he raid me? I'm not streaming anything like political today. Like I'm just playing Dwarf Fortress. Yeah, it is a lot of zombies here. I mean, if Baste raided me, I really appreciate that. Though, like I say, I'm only playing Dwarf Fortress today. I don't have anything exciting to talk about beyond that. But yeah, that's the kind of situation that we're in. We can see. More of that kind of stuff will come at the weekend, but until then, we're just doing Dwarf Fortress today. So yeah, there's a lot of blood and bits and gore and other assorted nastiness on the surface. This was where I was going to build an inn, by the way. This was going to be an inn over the coast. You can see the shore underneath it. We're going to have to abandon that for the time being. And yeah, we're going to have to sort this problem out somehow. So I'm going to unpause. I'm just going to let the dwarves tinker around as they already were. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to survive. Basically, we'll be able to survive as long as necessary. But for the time being, there's quite a limit on what we can do, right? Like, this is not a very good, not a good situation to be in. I don't know why Bastia would raid me now. Like, I literally... I started streaming 5 minutes ago, so I don't think he did. And I would have gotten a notification or something popping up if he had done. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, so... right, I want to go through here, because I think there's probably some... Okay, that's all good. Yeah, that's just all bone material, that kind of thing. Yeah, back to the zombie forts. Bridge smashers. We could do bridge smashing. I'd rather not. I kind of have my own ideas about how to do it. I actually want to try something. I want to try and use ballistas to deal with the issue. I've never really used ballistas before. So what my kind of plan is at the moment is I kind of want to extend this corridor out, right? I want to extend this corridor out in this direction here. And what we'll do is we'll make an alternative route into the fortress. I know ballistas are not great, right? We all know it. We all know it. They're not great. They're not brilliant. They're not exactly the best little weapon. Well, Euristo, I may have to squeeze you for theme park building advice over the weekend. You did a pretty admirable job, all things considered. Did you manage to complete the scenario? The castle scenario is a little bit trickier than the other ones in my estimation. It's not. I know it's supposed to be like an easy scenario, but it is actually kind of tricky. Okay, so kind of what my plan would be is we would have like a line of fortifications, double thick fortifications here, even triple thick. So yeah, we'll. In fact, what we'll do is we'll connect this up here. So we've got a big sort of loop around here. I know, by the way, if you're watching this and you're like, oh my god, this is like the most hideous fortress I've ever seen, right? Like, you're probably thinking, Christ, what is this idiot doing? This is a complete nightmare. I'm going to unfollow him because he obviously doesn't know what he's doing. I know it's ugly, but I don't care. I just want enough space that I'll be able to put my mission, my plans into action. So that's all I'm really concerned about. 1,480 by the end. Thanks for the resub probe as well. Greatly appreciate it, even though you have cancelled me in the sub message. Oh, whilst we're doing this as well, by the way, we still are planning on draining the ocean, and we have got this contraption built here. I know it really doesn't look like it's going to work. The more I look at it, the more I doubt it's going to work at all. Thank you, Dr. Kell, as well, for resubbing as well. Christ, what is this idiot doing? This is a complete nightmare. I'm going to unfollow him because he's an utter moron. I don't blame you, honestly. I don't blame you. Also, somebody is starving to death. Yeah. The good thing is that no necromancers showed up in this siege. Otherwise, we would have a lot more dead things walking on the surface. But there aren't any necromancers on the screen at the moment. But yeah, we're just inundated with zombies. You can see them all here. There's also giant peach-faced lovebirds. It'll be interesting to see what happens. There's a chance that if like, say for instance a shoal of fish showed up, there's a chance that the zombies will walk into the ocean to fight them, because zombies can walk in water. They don't need to breathe or anything like that, so they should be able to path into water and just start fighting the fish if they show up, which will be interesting to see. So we might get some of that beautiful action there. Okay, so what I want to do then is just continue that corridor down like that. Okay, yeah. In fact, let's start mining this out straight away. It's going to take them ages to mine this out, because whilst they're mining this out, they're still also mining this contraption down. You can see it goes down, and this is going all the way down to the caverns lair. So if we just keep going down, you'll see it goes for basically ever. And we don't have many miners as well. Are these trundles? No, draftlers. Okay. Yeah, draftlers. Giant cave toad somewhere as well. Look at all these dead, missing dwarves and other things. They're carving their up-down staircases. Yeah, we are... our dwarves aren't doing a great deal at the moment. It's kind of we should probably assign them jobs whilst we're kind of just waiting for stuff to happen. Let's get some more beds made. Yeah, you did die, I'm afraid, Kupo. The rule is that if you died in the fortress, you don't get another dwarf until the next fortress, at least. So unfortunately, you can't have another dwarf. Was it quick? I think you got bitten to death by a cave crocodile. I don't know if you'd consider that quick or not. Oh, I just realised I put the beds in the wrong places. Drat. Also, I think this dwarf is having a complete meltdown here. One of these two dwarves is having a meltdown. He is uneasy after seeing a troglodyte dead body. Yeah, we've got to deal with the dead bodies that are just littering the bedrooms. What I might do here, actually, we just need to put somewhere we can store them. Probably some kind of chute or something, because we can't get back onto the surface at the moment. We're not going to get outside. So yeah, but it's going to take us a while to dig anything because we just don't have enough miners. No, a cave crocodile came up through the caverns. So what we had was this area. You know, we had the caverns here, and because we don't have any other wood on this map, we've been relying on cavern wood in order to build beds and things like that. So when we breached into the caverns here...
Thank you very much.
Overslot is now following, thanks for the follow as well. I too wish to be a dead dwarf. If you want to have a dwarf, you can have one. We've got plenty of dwarves to go around. I'll open up Dwarf Therapist here. But yeah, so we have this cavern layer here, and we're getting some wood from it, and it didn't go so well. Okay, I haven't looked over these dwarves in ages. I haven't assigned them any particular sort of labours. I've just been dealing with the shit that's been going on. So we've got loads of dwarves that are just assigned to all sorts of random crap. Just looking at this, it seems like there's I think it's yeah, let's have a look at this. Yeah, I'll name one after you. Though I'm by no means a famous Twitch streamer. Not yet anyway, we'll see. I think I got a lot of work to do before I get to that sort of level. You can be a... God, why has anybody got hunting enabled? I do not want anybody hunting under any circumstances. Okay, after this stream, I might just go through all these labours and sort this out later. We have 3 miners. I don't think we can have any more miners. You can be one of these miners here, Cowboy. There you go, cowboy butts. There we go. Commit that. And there we go. So yeah, you can be one of our miners. Okay, so they dug all this out. I do actually want to build floors all along here. But we might not be able to. That's going to take up a lot of resources. And what we'll also do here is build... Probably here, I think we'll do. You're probably wondering what I'm planning on doing here. Like, what's the purpose of this, right? What we're gonna do here is we're gonna have a line of fortifications just along here, like 3 tiles wide. We'll start from the back, and the problem is we're not going to be able to use any of these blocks because they're all on the surface. So they're gonna unless there's some like in the workplace where I've been making blocks. There might actually be a shitload of them there. Yeah, okay, cool, we've got plenty of blocks. Okay, C, F, yeah. So we're going to have a line of fortifications here. Like that. And we're also going to need some bridges as well. So let's start on the bridges. So we want a bridge here. This bridge is going to close this alternate route into the fortress down. Hey, can you explain what is going on right now? The different screens on levels, right? Yeah. So this is 1Z level, right? You can think of it. You know how like in RimWorld you've just kind of got the one level, right? In Dwarf Fortress you've got multiple levels. So this is the surface level here. You can see on the surface that there are a shitload of zombies. In fact, there's over 40 zombies on this on the surface alone. 40 zombies walking the Earth being horrific and terrifying. I can't stop him from starving. He's just going to starve to death, I think. Down here you can see that we've got the first level of our fortress. It's not a very pretty sort of build. The original intention was this was going to be temporary, right? The idea was that we were going to build a temporary fortress here. Then we were going to build the real fortress on the ocean. That hasn't happened because of all the circumstances, so we've been forced into the ground. And then we can, hold on, just build that there. If we go down, you can see that there's like more levels here. That's where we've been mining some iron. We go down here, you can see that there's some workshops here. We've got this contraption here, which is going to be kind of like a flood sort of deal. It's hard to explain what this is. Basically, we're going to use this to try and flood the caverns. Not flood the caverns, sorry, drain the ocean of water. Hopefully, well, not permanently. We don't have, the caverns isn't big enough to hold all the water in the ocean, but it should be big enough to hold enough water so that we can drain water out and start placing supports into the ocean so that we can build a fortress on top of it. But that's what that's for. It might not work. If this doesn't work, then I've got two other ideas about how we can resolve this issue. And I think if this doesn't work, I'm going to skip plan B and go straight to plan C. Plan B would have been to build like a massive reservoir and use screw pumps to just pump water into it temporarily. And so that we drain enough water that we can place supports where the water was. But that's probably too complicated. So we're going to Occam's razor this. So we're going to Occam's razor this and just go for the simplest and easiest explanation, the simplest and easiest solution. And that is to... it's kind of like rock, paper, scissors. Scissors beats paper, paper beats rock, rock beats scissors. In this instance, magma beats water. So what we're going to do is we're going to if this fails, we're going to pump magma into the ocean. And then that way that'll turn into obsidian, and then we can just carve out the obsidian into the supports that we need. So that's the other plan that we got. Hopefully we don't have to do that because it'll take a lot of work to set up. It'll be a real pain in the arse. But you never know. You never know. We'll pump magma into the ocean, yeah. Okay, so another dwarf has died. Hopefully we've got enough graves. I actually don't know whether there's enough coffins in the fortress at the moment for all these dead dwarves. We're already updating the dead dwarf counter for the second time this stream. There we go, 14 dead dwarves. Okay, so yeah, the idea here, you might already be able to tell what the idea here is actually. This is the plan of a supervillain in the comic book targeted at 7-year-olds. Yeah. Okay, so the idea here is that what we have is we have the entrance to the fortress here, which is currently locked off. You can see the zombies milling around outside because they've got nothing better to do. We'll be able to open the fortress, and then when we open the fortress, all the zombies will path into the fortress, right? Because they'll path towards the closest dwarf, or the closest building, or whatever it is they path towards. So they'll go up here. This bridge will be closed, so they won't be able to go down this corridor here. So instead, they'll walk up this, then they'll walk here, right? And they'll be pathing like this. They'll be pathing like, okay, we go up this way, then this way, then back down again, right? Dead simple. But we're going to have a second bridge here, right? Right here. We're going to have a second bridge right here. And this bridge is going to allow us to block off the entrance again. So we're actually going to be able to trap the zombies in the entrance hallway. Or at least that's the plan. And we're going to need one more bridge to do that. So once we've trapped all the zombies in here, we're going to trap them in this corridor here, and then at that point we have a fortification set up. So we're going to have the fortifications set up in such a way so that there's kind of like just a massive long path down here that just goes on for ages, and then at the end of this we're going to have some siege ballista. We're going to have a ballista which is going to fire ballista. You know, we're gonna fire massive arrows down the length of the corridor, and it's probably not gonna kill. It's gonna take ages to kill the zombies, but we should be able to keep trapping them in this area, basically. Yeah. It is a really cheesy and exploitative way of dealing with this problem. It's not exactly very manly or even necessarily dwarven to deal with it in this way, but it is a solution. So yeah, we will be doing it this way. I can already feel people saying, "Oh, good grief! How terrible of you! Why aren't you just sending? Why aren't you just making iron and weapons and just going on the surface and fighting them?" The reason I'm not doing that is because there's bloody 40 of them, which is as many dwarves as we have. And look at the quality of our dwarves as well. Might I remind you, we got 2 potash makers. That's 2 more than we need. Christ Almighty! Look at this sad sacks here in this fortress. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Though to be honest, I think that the problem with channels would be if the zombies got into the channels, because the shots are basically harmless if they fall down a level. So if they hit a zombie that's down 1 level, then it will do no damage to them, basically. I'm pretty sure that's true. I'm not 100% on that. So I know they're a pain in the ass to make, but yeah. Not a lot to clear glass demand in your fort? Not really. Also, we're going to get a migrant wave soon, and the migrants are just going to get killed by the goblins. It's going to be a real massacre. Sorry, not goblins, zombies. We're just going to see migrants stream onto the top of this at some point, and they're just going to get eaten by the zombies. So that's going to be fun. That's why I'm glad there isn't a necromancer here, because if there was, then yeah, that would have been... Oh, the zombie count. Yeah, we haven't been able... We've got a lot of zombies on screen. We haven't been able to kill them. How's the floating fortress going? It's not exactly floating and it's barely a fortress, but it's going. It's going somewhere. Not necessarily anywhere positive, but, you know, we make do. Yeah, they're still shambling around on the surface. Let's check on the status of this here. We're just going to zoom down real quick. I think I actually set up a hotkey, yeah. Okay, actually, we've completed this. We completed this. So, yeah, So what we want to do here is we just want to connect this up to the caverns, basically. In fact, yeah, we just want to connect this all up to the caverns here. We'll just mine this all out here in like a massive way. Yeah, just mine that out massively. We probably should have stopped 1 level above, actually. We should have done it here and then connected it to that part of the caverns, actually. I might even do that. You know what? We'll dig that out and then we'll do the same up here. Yeah. There you go. So we're going to connect this up to the caverns and we're just going to flood the caverns with water. Salt water, even better. But yeah, it's a pretty much a nightmare situation. If I was one of the dwarves in this fortress, I would want to immediately go home. The only problem is that would involve walking past the hordes of shambling horrors, which is ill-advised at best. Okay, it seems that we don't have any dwarves assigned to do architecture. I'm guessing whichever dwarf I had assigned to do architecture is dead, so we need another architecture dwarf. Let's just appoint one of these useless sods to be an architect. Yeah, we got a peasant dwarf here. Hey, you have absolutely no skills in anything whatsoever. Have you ever wanted to build a bridge before? We also have a dwarf here who's a lye maker. That's another skill we're not going to be using anytime soon. So he can also be an architect. Congratulations, enjoy the new life. You are now an architect. We'll also make them masons as well. Because why the heck not? We could always do with some more masons. So yeah, we'll leave them to it. We'll have them start on that. And at the same time, we should also be making cabinets, I believe. We might already have cabinets, but I'm just going to make more. Rock cabinets, 20 rock cabinets. We don't have enough beds to go around. We don't have enough anything to go anywhere. In fact, like the bedrooms have just got troglodyte corpses sitting in them because I still haven't disposed of them. We might do it up here. We'll just build like a pit in this direction. Dig that out. There. Perfect. The zombies have only killed 2 dwarves. The zombies have only killed 2 dwarves. Most of the dwarves have been killed by a cave crocodile. One dwarf died because he got upset about seeing dead troglodytes, and then like the stress of seeing dead troglodytes just was too much for him to handle. Ah, I'm a dwarf. I'm trapped in a fortress that barely functions underneath a pile of zombies. Isn't my life terrible? Oh look, a troglodyte corpse. Oh look, 2 troglodyte corpses. They're right outside my bedroom and nobody's gotten rid of them. Woe is me. Sometimes these dwarves, I think they need to really get over themselves. I don't know about you. I'm in a really good mood today. You might have guessed. Like I think last time I streamed I wasn't in such a good mood, but today we're in a good mood. I'm convinced. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna need a lever room, and I think the easiest way to do that would be to hopefully these aren't outside or something ridiculous. No, excellent. We'll use this spare room here that we just got lying around there. We're also going to need more mechanisms, so let's just construct more rock mechanisms. 20 to do. Did I get a dwarf yet, or was that the last save? I don't know. You're not a dead dwarf, if that makes you feel better, so I'm going to guess you don't have one. Also, there's a dead giant crab somewhere. Concerning. We also lost all of our geese, by the way, which really irritated me. All the geese were on this. Well, we have 1 goose left, but most of the geese are gone. Oh, holy shit. Okay, this is actually going to be interesting. So, you see here, there's a giant sperm whale. I did say earlier, I wonder if the zombies will path towards it. In which case they... Yeah, oh, no, they're chasing whatever this is up here. A giant ibex. Cool. Yeah, we'll give you a dwarf, Kel, if you want a dwarf. You don't have one already, you haven't already died. You did have a dwarf in the last fortress. You can be... We have a level 20 mason who has no name whatsoever, so that can be Dr. Kel. You can be our master mason. I think you got that level from just making rock blocks all the time. Yeah, but because zombies are opposed to life, they will just run around the map chasing anything that's living. It doesn't have to be dwarves, they will kill anything that's alive if they can get their hands on it. So you can see them just shambling after that. There is some benefit to this because it means they'll waste all their ammo and like firing on giant animals and stuff. But it also means that if there's a necromancer here, then the necromancer will raise them up. Do you have any scholars? No, we don't have any scholars yet, but you can certainly be a dwarf if you want one. Here, let's have a look and see what dwarves we got. We actually should make some temples. We could start building some things. See, what I'm curious about is whether they'll eventually kill the ibex, or they'll do that. But I'm wondering if they're gonna path into the ocean to kill the where's it, right? To kill the... Oh, you can see them mining this out here, which is brilliant. Excellent. You know what, we might as well make a temporary dump zone here. Just dump corpses in here. But actually probably not the best idea. No, we'll make a proper place to dump corpses as soon as this area's dug out. Right, so that's all that. What the hell's going on? There's a fight. Wait, what? Oh, Christ on the bike. Okay. There's this weird bug in the game at the moment. I think it's a bug where oh god, no. View. There's this weird kind of bug in the game at the moment where the Baroness Consort or some other member of your civilization will arrive, and then they'll never leave your fortress. I mean, she wasn't able to leave anyway because she's trapped in the fortress because obviously we've got all of these graves. But yeah, I think the Baroness Consort got fed up of being stuck in the fortress, and now they've started a fight, and they punched a peasant dwarf to death. So yeah, thanks. That's great. We've got to update the dead dwarf count. You're almost as deadly as the zombies outside. Christ. If only the spring has arrived. Yeah, they just got into a fight. I'm not sure why. Yeah, it's just the Baroness Consort went crazy. And punched a peasant so hard. She was attacking a goose earlier? Guillotine the Baroness. There's not really a way of doing that, unfortunately. She's just going to go more and more berserk. Hopefully one of my dwarves takes her out before she takes out more of my dwarves. Dwarves are something of an expendable resource at the moment, but unfortunately our stock of dwarves is not going to be replenished anytime soon. So keep that in mind. Yeah. At least we got plenty of food. Oh, we also don't have anybody making mechanisms. It looks like our mechanic died at some point as well. Either that or he's just gone... Oh no, he's making mechanics. Oh, he's constructing buildings? What building is he constructing? Oh, we should definitely have a couple more mechanics anyway. It might be that I don't actually have a mechanic shop in the fortress at the moment, so I'll just appoint some random ass dwarves to be the new mechanic. Yeah, 2 of these new arrivals can be mechanics. Okay, so yeah, that's all going on there. I hope she's not still fighting. It doesn't look like she is. Tell her to stand in the canal and then flood it. One of our dwarves has become depressed. Pretty understandable given the circumstances. This fortress might not survive. Like just being totally honest with people, this fortress, it's not in a pretty state right now, right? Like this is not the best fortress I've ever built. We could flood the entire fortress though if we needed to. That's always an option. If the fortress is going to fall, then we will flood it before it falls. I promise you this. We'll flood it just to stop any savages from claiming it for themselves, claiming all our hard work and all of our, you know, all this glorious stuff that we built for ourselves. Not that I think anybody would want to claim it, because what kind of madman would want to have this, or want to have anything to do with it? Alright, got plenty of drinks now. We've probably got too many, actually. Yeah, we just got a load of... the dwarves are going to get miserable because the only thing that they can have to eat is going to be pump helmets and dwarven wine for the time being. That's still being dug out over here. That's still being dug out over there. Okay, he's going to go dig that channel. He struck hematite already? We just need this to be sufficiently deep, probably about 3 or 4 layers deep. And we also want to build a hatch as well. We'll build out a rock. In fact, let's just build 10 just so we got enough. We don't need 10, but if we build 10, then we got 9 lying around just in case we need any. Alright, channel that out again. There's a dwarf stuck in that hole now, but that's fine. Channel it out again. Did he climb back out? I think he did. Alright, well that's that, yeah. Okay, one of our dwarves has been possessed, he's been strange mooded, which is cool. Okay, so apparently he climbed back out of the hole, which I wasn't expecting. I kind of just expected him to sit down here. But that's fine. This is probably deep enough, and we'll have a hatch anyway to... Alright, just like that. Again, this is literally just the place where we can dump some corpses, because we got a lot of corpses that need dumping. He's claimed a crafts dwarf workshop. Anybody want to take any bets on what he's going to make? Probably something really useless, right? I mean, this is Dwarf Fortress. I never have to make anything of any value or any particular use whatsoever. Can't wait for him to make some godforsaken instrument or something else ridiculous. Alright, F4, they're digging that out. This layer will fill up with water pretty quickly, I imagine. In fact, why don't we just connect this up here? Why not? Oh, it's going to take forever to mine all this out with only 3 miners. And our anvil's on the surface as well. This is the issue. The anvil at the moment is all the way up here, right? So, like, we built the anvil up here earlier to do something really quick. And because of that, the anvil is on the surface. So unless I... Oh, he's already begun his mysterious construction? Cool. Let's see what materials he's got. He's got rough topazes and 2 pieces of wood. So you already know that it's going to be something particularly disappointing that he's going to make. Also, I think that our fortress is being haunted by ghosts now as well, which is not particularly great. Yeah, you can see here the ghost of Unid Tishis Dumat is haunting the fortress. So we're going to be making some memorial slabs to the dwarves who had not been memorialized. Well, to the ones that pop up anyway. Not only is it spooky, it's dangerous. Ghosts can kill dwarves. They also make them upset, which is obviously not great. We don't want to upset the dwarves any more than they already are. And our dwarves are very miserable, basically all the time. We should build them something over here. Actually, I think what we should do is what I want to do over here is build some temples. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah. Three, yeah. Yeah, what we can do here is we can build some temples here, and that way they'll have somewhere where they can worship. They'll have plenty of dance floor as well, which will make them happy because they'll be able to participate in dwarven dances and be merry for the first time in their godforsaken lives, instead of fretting all the time about the troglodyte corpses that litter the fortress floor. So yeah, that'll be something. Oh yeah, okay. Let's see what's on this artifact then. This is the second artifact we got in the fortress. The first artifact was Mind Grizzles, the Armory of Declines, which was an artifact door. This is an artifact ginkgo wood amulet, which is known as Chanced Beach, the Wayward Flight. This is a ginkgo wood amulet. All craft dwarf ship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with ginkgo wood and pear wood. On the item is an image of 2 cabbages and topaz. I think that's the most valuable artifact in the entire fortress. I think it might be more valuable than the artifact door. Yes, it is. The most valuable thing in this fortress is an artifact bracelet made out of wood with an exceptionally well-carved topaz engraving, an exceptionally well-carved topaz representation of 2 cabbages. Wow. Okay, well, we definitely want to make a stand to commemorate this, right? We definitely want to be making like a pedestal. We want to make a pedestal out of the finest rock because we don't have access to any sort of metal at the moment. To commemorate this wonderful achievement in dwarfmanship. I'll put it pride of place so that all the dwarves, when they're walking past the troglodyte corpses, they're worrying about the zombies outside. They can think that it was all worth it because of the untold riches that we were able to uncover in the heart of the fortress. In this case, an artifact bracelet with an image of some cabbages on it. You know, that'll make it all worthwhile at the end of the day, right? Like, I know it's been tough for them, but hey. Let's see if this dwarf can do this correctly. Make a wall there, but don't block yourself in. Actually, we don't need to make a wall there. We can just build a door. Oh, we've only got 1 door? Really? I thought we would have had loads of doors by now. Okay, make some rock doors. Make like 30 rock doors here. I don't want to use my artifact door to be the thing that covers the entranceway to my sordid grief hole, which is soon to be the trash pile. So why don't we just build ourselves a... Where is it? Where is it? Floor hatch. Floor hatch. There we go. There we go. We're going to build a floor hatch there, and then we're going to designate this as a garbage dump. So this is where all the stuff in the fortress that we just don't want to have in is going to be dumped, and then we can go through the fortress, find bits and stuff that just needs to be gotten rid of. So you can see here, for example, there's a troglodyte right hand on the staircase. There's a troglodyte corpse, skeleton, partial skeleton, troglodyte head here. There's 2 troglodyte corpses in there. So we're gonna have the dwarves throw all this crap away. And you can see that they're going to get straight to it, which is excellent. And we'll go back up through the top of the fortress and see whether there's anything else that needs to be gone. There's another ghost. That's the same ghost. God, this fortress is even more of a mess than the last fortress, and that's saying something, right? Like, the last fortress was a pretty awful place to be, but this one really takes the prize, I think, in terms of just sheer awfulness. Let's put that memorial slab up here so that ghost will stop bothering my dwarves because he'll have been properly memorialized. So that's that. Wait, what? Is the floor hatch in the way? Maybe I need to deconstruct it. I thought if there was a door hatch here, then they would throw stuff down the door hatch, but apparently they're just throwing everything on top of the door hatch. Whatever. They'll drop all the stuff there. Okay, door. Oh, we still haven't made any doors yet. We could probably just do with having more people doing stuff, because you can see here, we've got so many dwarves who just sit around all day being useless sods. Let's appoint a bunch of these to be crafts dwarves, masons, and other things. We've got here a potash maker. Nope, don't need one of those. Milking, what a useful skill that is. Considering that we don't have any living pets at all, basically, anymore. 2 masons here. We'll also do some Wood crafters here. Not that we really have much wood in the fortress, so actually we don't need that many wood crafters. Probably just want more masons, honestly. This guy is a level 13 tanner, so he could actually stay as a tanner. That's fine. We've also got a dwarf here who's a stone detailer, novice stone detailer. You know what? You can stay stone detailing, and in fact, we should probably train some people to be stone detailers, which means that we're just going to start telling dwarves to go and smooth a bunch of stuff in the fortress. So we probably want about 3 stone detailers, I think. So let's unassign a bunch of dwarves from all the useless, boring tasks that they've so far been assigned. Basically just hauling shit. We've got 4 dwarves there. I know that you can't see this on screen. I'm just doing this real quick. Okay, excellent. Okay, so why don't we need to work on these bedrooms. These bedrooms haven't been assigned to anybody. A few of them have here, you can see here. But these ones here are just communal bedrooms. We're going to quickly end that. So only the lucky dwarves who are able to claim a bed fast enough to get one are going to be able to sleep here anymore. The rest of the dwarves are going back to sleeping on the floor. But at the same time, well, it's their own fault. They should have gotten up earlier if they wanted to claim a bedroom for themselves. Right, there you go. I think we got cabinets now as well. Yeah, precisely. Excellent. We'll put some cabinets in here so that every dwarf gets a cabinet where they'll be able to store their rotting clothing. Because, by the way, we're not making any clothes at the moment. All the clothing is just sitting here, rotting away on the dwarves. At the very least, I'd like them to put their rotten clothing into the cabinets so that they're not stinking up the place so much. Is the block with the X like a tower? Yeah, it kinda. It's an up-down staircase. So there's 3 kinds of staircase in Dwarf Fortress. There's the up staircase, the down staircase, and the up-down staircase. So if we go to the top here, you see these ones here? These are downward staircases, right? These are staircases that only go down, right? These staircases here go up and down. And then I think if we go right the way to the bottom, we might be able to find an example of an up staircase. But basically, you get the idea, right? Like, yeah. So these ones here, these are up staircases. So these staircases don't go down a level. So this isn't open to the caverns beneath or anything like that. Hey, Tiddy, welcome. That's a good emote. Please help me. I need help. I think my dwarves need help. They're not doing very well. But we try our best. We're trying our best. Our best might not be good enough as it stands, but yeah. Look at the zombies just here. They're still just on the surface, still just waiting, killing everything they can. They've killed 2 giant ibexes recently. Just milling around on the surface. Do dwarves just pick jobs randomly? When dwarves are kind of generated in history files, or when they do stuff off screen, they'll have particular skills. So when migrants come to your fortress, they'll have particular skills and professions, and they'll have those assigned already as jobs, right? So they'll already have those assigned as jobs. But you can reassign them. You can tell them to do other things. And the better they get to stuff, the faster they do it, generally speaking. But yeah, they are. Yeah, you basically just tell the dwarves what to do. You assign them different labours, and then then when you tell them to do stuff, they'll do it. Dwarves do have some freedom in terms of what kind of order they do things in, and what sort of things they prioritise over other stuff. But it's not a great deal. So like most of the time, you know, like for example, I've told them to make 27 rock doors. So every dwarf who's got the rock door labor enabled, or the stone carving labor enabled, they will go and make rock doors, right? That's what they're doing right now. So yeah, we are having those dwarves down there, and I think we could actually do with building some more workshops. Yeah, we've got crafts dwarf, carpenters, 4 carpenters, 4 crafts dwarfs, 2 mechanics. We should also have some more. We do have a lot of masons workshops upstairs, but we could have some more down here as well. That's fine. Okay, so this bridge here is hooked up. We're now going to hook up the second bridge. I didn't forget about this. It's just that like I'm so focused on everything else at the moment. So we're going to set that one up there. So that one's going to open that top bridge there. And then this one's going to connect to that one there. What are they eating? They're eating plump helmets. Plump helmets are a kind of plant that dwarves can make. Oh god, I just realised something as well. Oh, okay. They actually don't have a farm at the moment. So, you remember earlier the dwarf consort had a total meltdown and she killed a peasant dwarf. She did it in this room here, and when she was on her rampage, I think she destroyed the farm pot. So we're just going to rebuild that real quick. But they were growing plump helmets, and that's what they've been eating. They're basically eating edible mushrooms, and they're also turning it into alcohol as well. The dwarves won't be very happy about this. They like variety. They like to be able to eat a whole bunch of food. If they eat the same thing over and over again, they get upset about it. But we don't really have much of an alternative right now. We have more important things to worry about. Such as, for example, assigning areas over here where we're going to be building some chests. We're just going to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 6 chests. Probably 6, maybe 8, 10. Let's build 10. Oh, it's coffers, isn't it? Because we're making them out of rock. So 10 rock coffers, and we'll promote that task all the way up to the top. So this area that we dug out here, we're going to be using this to make a just a bunch of temples, basically. This area down here is fully carved out. This area up here is fully carved out. So we can now look at sorting all that out. We need to make sure that there isn't a way into the fortress through the water. Zombies can... Well, they can't... I don't think they swim as such, but they are immune to... I mean, then again, the doors should do it mostly. We will just play it on the safe side here and just have a bridge to retract this up here. Shouldn't be an issue. It shouldn't really be an issue. But we will just have a bridge here to retract that up if and when we need to. Actually, we want it to do this way. Also, the music stopped. I'm just gonna put more music on in a second. Granite blocks. Okay, let's just see what kind of music we can get. That was the Stronghold soundtrack, by the way, the one we had before. Yeah, let's go with Age of Empires 2. That's fine. I'm not used to all this actual DF. What do you mean by actual DF? Is this actual Dwarf Fortress? I don't think anybody plays it as badly as I do. I think I'm a pretty lazy sort of Dwarf Fortress player. I tend to do it in a sort of throw as many dwarves at a problem until the problem's fixed or all the dwarves are dead approach. This guy just talks with Dwarf Fortress pause in the background. I've seen that guy's streams. I actually quite enjoy his streams, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. Can't really comment. Right, okay. We are going to... Okay, before I forget, we're going to put down a pedestal, because we need to commemorate the glorious achievement that marks the value of this fortress, that makes the whole enterprise worthwhile, right? Like, what is the point of having a fortress if you're not making glorious artifacts and displaying them proudly for the world and for all the dwarves to see when they walk past and they wonder why they ever agreed to come to this shithole in the first place? So let's put a pedestal on the staircase here, and we're going to set a display item, and that item is going to be our artifact here, which is again a ginkgo wood amulet. All craft dwarfship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with ginkgo wood and pear wood. On the item is an image of 2 cabbages in topaz. So yeah, the cabbage amulet, so to speak. I love me some cabbage amulets, you know. That's all it is. It's an amulet with 2 cabbages on it. It's the most valuable thing in this entire fortress. We have an artifact door, by the way. I don't think there's anything interesting on it. Yeah, it's an artifact door. It menaces with spikes at tetrahedrite. On the item is an image of the Amber of Suicide, which apparently is an artifact wooden cage. I think that's from the last fortress we did. But yeah, so they'll be able to walk past that, and they'll be able to glory in that and enjoy it. Okay, so we're just leaving this for the time being. That's not my priority at the moment. I can leave the siege upstairs all day. I just need to do basic stuff so that this more closely resembles an actual fortress. And the way that we do that is with coffers. We need... Okay, we got some of them, so we'll start building some containers here. We'll build... I don't want it to be a bag. Coffers. I think 4 should be enough for the time being. Normally I'd make more. Normally I'd try and make more ostentatious temples, right? I'd try and make temples that look nice. We'd have statues in them, and all that kind of stuff. We don't even have a dining room, by the way. That's kind of the state that this fortress is in. I really didn't expect to be doing this. Let's build that. Chairs. No, actually, it's thrones. We got thrones. Rock. Table. Yeah, 20 of those. No, we don't have a dining room. The original plan for this fortress was to build a very basic temporary thing on here. Build a bunch of rock blocks. As you can see here, we've got loads of rock blocks. And then we were going to build a fortress on the surface of this, right? We're going to build a fortress here. That never happened because it took too long. The original plan was to wait until the water froze over and then use the frozen water to carve out support so that we could have a fortress that is supported above the water but isn't supported from the land. So that way you could have a drawbridge that goes up and down, so that you can, you know, knock people into the sky when they try and get inside your fortress. That failed because the water never froze over, so we were never able to carve out that. And that's when we started building this construction here, which was going to be to drain the water into the ocean. The ocean water into the caverns so that we could then build the supports. But we couldn't do that. Well, we could try it now, actually. The reason I haven't done it is because, obviously, we had the zombies show up earlier than I expected. So at the moment we're just doing this for the long haul, it seems, and that means that we've got to, you know, kind of buckle down a little bit and do all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's kind of the situation we're in at the moment. It's not great. Hi Euristo, you look like you could use some more woodcutters. I think I've got enough woodcutters. There's not a great deal of wood to be cut down, actually. That's kind of part of the problem. There's one of the many things wrong with this awful hellscape. More troglodytes. Hopefully they don't come into the fortress. They shouldn't have a path into the fortress anymore. Okay, so that's all there connected up like that. If we go back up here... No, down one. Yeah, we've got this bridge here, so that's cool. We've got a bridge there. I do want a lever to control this. We should have a lever room over here, possibly. Let's just make this look a bit more neat. And then we'll have a room over here, which is going to be where we're going to have all of our levers and other gubbins. So we'll just make that kind of like there. Nothing too special, just kind of like a room here. What we could also do is start making some statues. That would be pretty neat as well. But yeah, we'll have an operating room, and that's going to be where we're going to be operating all of the moving parts of this water flooding operation. A dwarven computer. I am not smart enough to build a dwarven computer. I'm just going to put that out there. I know next to nothing about computing or anything closely approaching or resembling that. I think it says down below what I studied at university, so it's just a hole with a dwarf and some levers. A dwarf noble, hopefully. Or maybe a dwarven vampire, preferably, so he lives forever. Okay, granite blocks there. I just want it to look kind of... Actually, oh no, we need to do that afterwards because the constructions will get in the way, won't they? Ah, bollocks. Alright, just cancel that. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that for the time being. And then once we got all this stuff in here, we will do that. But what we want is... oh yeah, remove the door here by accident. Let's start getting some rock statues as well. In fact, let's just get like 30 of them. 30 rock statues. Hopefully we get some good statues. Probably we'll get statues of a troll being strangled to death by a bunch of dwarves. And that kind of stuff. That was one of the first things that happened in this fortress. A troll got up from the surface from the cavern layer. Managed to get all the way up the staircase and then sat outside here. You can even see his corpse. His corpse is still there, right? It just sat here and it stayed here. And yeah, I had to assign all my dwarves to the militia so that they would go and strangle the troll to death, and that's what they did. They, like 30 dwarves descended on this one troll and just punched it until it died, which was quite satisfying. But oh, apparently there were some jaguar men here at some time. You can actually see the jaguar woman running away from the zombies. Doesn't look like she's gonna make it though. Okay, we've completed the rock coffers. Let's go down here. So yeah, we're going to build here. It's a really hacky sort of solution to this, but so this here, that's going to be one meeting area, and we're going to assign this to a location. We're going to add a location, and it's going to be a temple, and it's going to be for no specific deity. Then we're going to go over here. 2, 3, 4. Yep. We're going to do the same thing again. So this is going to be a meeting area, assign location, add location, and we're going to just make another... Oh, I don't want to make an inn here. The Dented Tummy. What a name for an inn. What an awful name for an inn. Okay, add location. Temple. Okay, which is the most popular dwarves in the fortress? Osram is the dwarven god of wealth. He's got 13 followers, so he can have the Sanctum of Jade as his temple over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll do the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's slightly too long, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, and then this is a meeting area as well. Assign this location, add location, temple. We've already got Osram. Oh, there's a god of the oceans? Yeah, we definitely have the Moist Chapel. The Moist Chapel is going to be another area where people worship the gods of the ocean. I mean, that's a really appropriate name, that is. I'm definitely going to keep that. I'm not sure I'd ever want to go to a place known as the Moist Chapel, though, would you? And then the last god that we will have here, this guy. Festivals, Revelry, Song and Youth. The Glad Shrine. There we go. Is that... Oh, you can see all the dwarves immediately rushing in here because they finally got designated temple spaces, which means that they're now coming in here to have a little bit of fun in the only way that dwarves know how, which is to just stand around and yammer at each other. But it gives them something to do. It'll help improve their mood. The other thing that we need to do is make some instruments because dwarves won't like having instruments in all of their temples, which is why we built the chests in the first place. So having a look at the Crafts Dwarf workshop, we see the instruments here. Oh, come on, seriously? What's this? What's this made out of? Details. Pigtail. Cancel task. Okay. Unfortunately, normally there's like... Okay, so instruments in this game are actually procedurally generated. So you can't build like a... You give 0 out of 10 for not naming the fort Waterdeep. You know what this fortress is named? Do you know what it's actually named? Here. The Dwarven Fortress of the Shore of Death. I think that's an appropriate name. I'm quite happy with the name that it's gotten. Yeah, this is the Shore of Death. Okay, have we got any rock statues yet? No, let's promote that task. I want some rock statues. Okay, the zombies are still up on the surface, but we do now have the control room. So why don't we start building some more levers in here? And each lever here is going to control one of the drawbridges here. We just want to mine one more square out here, just make that a bit more even. That's going to control... You see here, there's... well, actually, we only need 3, apparently, so... in that case, the first lever will control the bridge, and then all the other levers will control everything else. Yeah, okay. So yeah, basically what happens is, oh, we also want to tightly forbid all of these doors. Hopefully there's no dwarves down here. Oh god, there is. What dwarf are you? Planter. Okay, we'll just have to wait until this dwarf comes back to the surface. In fact, it looks like he did. Alright, let's forbid all these doors. If there's any dwarves who are still down there, then they kind of deserve it. That's kind of my thoughts on this. Where is it? Yeah, Q. Forbid passage. Nobody is allowed through these doors ever again. I know that this means that there's a load of rock down here that is otherwise now going to be inaccessible, but that's fine. We got plenty of rock in here. Oh, actually, we're going to have to keep one of these open because we need to hook up the drawbridge. So we'll just keep one of them open for the time being. So yeah, we got the levers hooked up here. This lever here is going to connect to this granite bridge here, and that's just going to be a method to make sure that if anything is able to get through this and into the caverns, then they're not going to be able to disrupt us in any sort of way. So that's the first thing we're going to do there. Right? Simple, straightforward, easy enough. Then we got here, we're going to have the second lever, and that's going to be connected to the first of the sandstone bridges, which is this one here. Right? So that's going to connect to that one. This one here is going to connect to the next sandstone bridge across. Yep. And this one here is also going to connect to the final sandstone bridge. So yeah, we'll be able to, the dwarves will be setting all that up now. Once they've set that up, that's going to be great. We've got the 3 sandstone bridges, and then the final piece of this puzzle is to channel out this area. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be opening this up to the sea, and then almost as soon as we've opened it up to the sea, we're going to be closing the drawbridges down. Hopefully the water isn't that fast. Also, there's a drunken peasant. There's a depressed peasant dwarf stumbling around obliviously inside this area, which is never a good sign. I did tell them that they weren't allowed through those doors except the far ones. Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay, so that one's almost set up. This one is set up, that one's set up. So that was the last drawbridge, right? Okay. Okay, and then this is yeah, you can see him pulling the last lever here. Alright, so all 1, 2, 3, 4 levers are done. Let's now we'll mine out that one there and that one there. Those are going to be the first two that we do. In fact, what we'll do is we will unforbid these doors here. Permit passage, permit passage. Okay, so they're going to come down, they're going to mine that. And then that's going to let the water in. Okay. That was a little faster than I was expecting. That was a little bit faster than I was expecting. Oh god, this might be about to turning really bad. I think we've just lost all of our miners. Let's quickly pull that lever there. The game's now chugging along. Was the water pressure really that strong? Look, this is already filled up with water. That dwarf has been pushed. Okay, 2 of our dwarves drowned in there. 1 of them, 3 of them, all the dwarves drowned. Okay, let's quickly pull all these levers. Yeah, it filled up immediately. Oh god, oh my god. Oh man. Oh my! I know why. I know why that happened as well. It's because I forgot to channel this out here. Okay. Right, that's entirely my fault. I forgot to dig out this area here. Right, I forgot to actually connect this up to the caverns. So apparently that was a lot faster than I was expecting it to fill up with water. This is now entirely filled up with water. The entire chamber has filled up with water. I was expecting there to be some kind of delay before it happened. I didn't expect it to just happen immediately. That's really, really bad. That means all of our miners are now dead. That also means I think that their picks are going to be inaccessible. So yeah, unless we've somehow got another pick somewhere else. We've only got 3 silver picks. We've got 3 silver. No, those are pikes. Forbidden pikes. Copper picks. We've got 2 copper picks, 1 steel pick. Yep, those are all of our picks. Those are all of our dwarves. With picks. Okay, okay. Rip indeed. This is a really serious issue. Like, cannot emphasize enough how much of an issue this is. Without any picks, that means we'll be unable to mine. We need to be able to mine in order to be able to do anything else. Otherwise, we're just kind of stuck where we are. We can't get any more picks from the surface because our anvil is on the surface at the moment. And all the zombies are in the way, and they don't seem to be leaving. We're not going to be able to get a trader in because the traders would just be killed by the zombies. The siege is never going to end unless we can end it somehow, which would mean trapping the zombies somewhere. But unfortunately, we won't be able to build any sort of holding chamber for them, except for the one that we've already built. The only thing we could do would be to try and open the fortress up. and try and capture as many zombies inside this chamber that we built here as possible, and just see if we can get all of them. If we can get all of them inside that chamber, then that resolves the issue, because then we just go to the surface real quick, grab the anvil, and then go from there. First thing we want to do is pull this lever here. Can you make more picks? No. We need the anvil. The anvil's on the surface. We can't make a new anvil either, because we need to have an anvil to make an anvil. So that's out of the question. So the first thing we're going to have to do is open that. Then the second thing we're going to have to do is try and open the fortress, and we'll see how quickly the zombies stream in here. I believe that this here is the lever that opens the fortress. So the gate's open. That means that the zombies will now be able to get inside the fortress. The gates into the fortress has been opened. The zombies will slowly shamble in. Thankfully, zombies are pretty slow. So hopefully if they stick together, that means that they will all be inside the chamber when we close it up, right? You can see here that they don't move very fast. So we just get all the zombies inside here. There's a kitten there who's going to die. Yeah, the kitten's just run away. The zombies are really slow shamblers. It looks like that's all of them. Hopefully we can just get them. Oh, Christ almighty. Right. Civilian. Right, we want to make a military designation. Alerts. I want everybody on panic mode. Burrows as well. Yeah, okay, that's cool. So they won't be allowed to go outside. Except that one who's content. Wait, is that the Baroness Consort? No, why are you going outside? I just put you all on panic mode. You should be panicking. You shouldn't be allowed outside. Oh, there you go. Right, they're now all on panic mode. It doesn't matter, they'll see the zombies and then immediately run away anyway. They're all streaming inside the now. Come on, we just need all of them inside this chamber. We're not going to get all of them in. Just someone pull that lever, please, please. This is the... Oh god, one of them got inside the fortress. Okay, there's one zombie inside the fortress, but it's only one zombie. If we rush the zombie with all of our dwarfs, we should be able to take it down. They didn't pull that lever fast enough. All the other zombies are streaming in still. In fact, that should be almost every zombie. Pull that lever next. Okay, right, so we trapped almost every zombie in the entranceway to our fortress. This corridor is now just sealed, and it's filled with zombies. Almost all the zombies here. There's still a couple of stragglers outside. And there's also one zombie inside the fortress. We're now going to have to create some military squads, and we're just going to have to assign every single dwarf to every single available military squad, and we're just going to tell them to beat that zombie to death. We don't have any weapons, we don't have any sort of equipment, we don't have anything that could possibly help us do this, but we're going to have to try, because it's the only way that we're going to be able to progress this fortress, or not, as the case may be. But we will give it a go. We will see whether we can do it. This could easily be the end of the fortress, honestly, because I don't have any other better ideas on how we can resolve this issue. So we will do that. Alright. Okay, so there we're just assigning every dwarf to be in the military. We'll see how many dwarves survive. But I think that's every dwarf is now in the military. We can disband this last squad. Disband the squad. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 40 dwarves. We're now going to tell all 40 of our dwarves that they now have to go on alert. Schedule active. B, C, D. And then we're going to tell all of these dwarves to go kill this zombie. It's a lasher, which is a particularly dangerous kind of zombie. Whips are incredibly dangerous weapons in this game. But it does mean that we should... 39 dwarves versus 1 zombie. Let's go. So you can already see the fighting's off to a bad start. The lasher is fighting. He strikes the militia commander. We just gotta try and punch it to death. That's the only course of action we got. If we can punch it to death, then we can do it. Alright, it looks like we might have done it. Alright. Right, squads. We didn't lose any dwarves, but some of our dwarves are going to die, right? Like, some of our dwarves have lost some body parts by the looks of it. But all of our dwarves are still alive for the time being. And we've killed the zombie. The other thing we're going to try now... We don't have any other alternate route to the surface, unfortunately. But almost all the zombies are trapped. Okay, all but one of the zombies are trapped. If we can get to the surface somehow... Oh no, there's still zombies up here. Oh my god. I don't think there's anything we can do at this point, honestly. The only chance we had was somehow trapping every zombie inside here. Unfortunately, we just haven't been able to do that. Let's set everybody to be inactive. Alright, dump the corpses. Dump this guy's body parts as well. He's probably gonna die. Just dump all this crap. We killed 1 zombie. And we still got loads of zombies left inside the fortress, and at least 1 dwarf is bleeding to death. We could do. The way we'd have to do it, though, would be to open both doors at the same time. And that would risk having another zombie get inside the fortress. We could also try and atom smash them. Pull the middle lever. Oh, we missed the zombie. Okay. Okay, right. We just need a zombie to get close enough to the bridge, which doesn't seem to be happening. They will leave after a while? They've been here for an entire year. I don't think that they will leave after a while, actually. Even if they do leave after a while, the only hope we've got is if another miner shows up. Which isn't by any stretch, which isn't guaranteed at all. Yeah. I guess we can wait and see. But like I say, they're on the surface at the moment. They've also even climbed inside the stockpile room that we got here. I think they probably chased something inside there, and now they're kind of trapped in there. Zombies being able to climb things is terrifying, isn't it? Like, just consider that for a second. Climbing zombies. Is there anything else I could do? Is there anything else that I haven't considered yet? Is there any other way that I could get a pick without an anvil? The only other way to do it would be if a dwarf made one during a strange mood. They'd have to make a strange mood anvil. Because we don't, like I say, we don't have an anvil inside the fortress. The only anvil is outside it, and we can't get to it. Cave-in trap. We can't do a cave-in trap because we don't have any picks at the moment. A disastrous attempt to flood the ocean into the caverns failed, which killed all 3 of our miners instantly before we could do anything to stop it. Which is kind of why we're in this situation. We'd be fine if it wasn't for that fact, right? If we still had our miners, if we still had all that kind of jazz, then we'd be fine. We wouldn't be in this situation. But as it stands, we don't have our miners, which is the issue. So yeah. Oh, military alerts. We can put everybody off a panic mode. So they're allowed to do whatever they need to do. Come on. Okay. I don't know if you caught that. We actually atom smashed one of them. We actually managed to atom smash a zombie. So that's 2 zombies down. Only 40 more to go. Right, smush. Yeah, we smushed one with a drawbridge. Okay, is there anything else we could do? There is one thing we can do. There is one thing we can do. It's stupid enough that it might just work. Oh, actually, what we could do... No, they won't get close enough to this because they'll see the zombies and they'll freak out. So I can't deconstruct these fortifications. They'll see the zombies through the fortifications, then they'll freak out. So the only other way to do it would be to build a shitload of bridges in this here section and then try and trap some of the zombies in here and then smush them using these bridges. Yeah, bridge combat. Alright, get on it, man. We need those bridges built. We need mechanisms. We're going to need a shitload of mechanisms. Let's just build 50 rock mechanisms. There we go. In the meantime, if we spot any zombies get too close to the middle bridge, we'll try and smush them with it. Oh, he just moved out of range. Bollocks. Almost got one. That's 3. That's 3 dead zombies. We've killed 2 zombies. We punched a zombie to death and we killed the rest with a bridge. We might actually not have any architecture right. We'll have to check and make sure that we got artifacts. Architects. Yeah, we do have plenty of architects in the fortress still. One of them is currently in a really bad state though. So we're just going to appoint some more people to be. We're going to appoint literally, I think, like basically everyone in the fortress to be an architect. They're all gonna have a quick crash course in bridge building. Whoever designs the best bridge wins a prize, obviously, because these are how those things work. Maybe if we kill enough zombies, the zombies will decide that the siege is over. I mean, that is always a possibility. Bridge building contest sounds like an annual event. Alright. Yeah, you can see them bring all their bricks up to the surface to build as many bridges as we can build into this sort of space. We're really delaying the inevitable here. I think I'm probably gonna have to end this fortress, but we'll try our damnedest to see if we can salvage the situation at all. I haven't got any sort of. I don't think we're going to. I'm afraid, lads. But we're gonna give it a go. All right. You can't say that I didn't try. It's because we had a dwarf in a strange mood. It's because we had a dwarf in a strange mood, and because he was in a strange mood, we needed to get him some iron. So I just plopped it down on the surface without really thinking about it, just so that I could quickly make him some iron, so that he could make an artifact, right? And that's the reason why. Since then, I just kind of left it up there, and then the siege arrived. And it wasn't really a problem because we haven't needed to make anything out of metal. In particular, we've just been kind of plotting our way to try and flood the caverns with ocean water, but that failed. So that fell through. But now we don't have any miners, which is the issue. Is this one suspended for some reason? Yeah, it is. I think there's something in the way here. There's a bronze bolt that they're not allowed to touch because it's forbidden. Claim that and just dump it. Yep, unsuspend that. I guess the other option is to build the workshop that we're going to build here, which was going to be a... we could temporarily build a siege workshop here, right? Oh, no, that's far too big. We're going to have to build that down there, down here. Siege workshop, and this will be we'll just place that in the corner there. Build a siege workshop there. We don't even have any wood, really. That's the issue. Okay, so those are all hooked up. I'm really not sure where to build all these levers. It's not looking good, Dennis. This is a really bad situation we're in. All of our miners died in a flooding accident. Now we do not have any access to the surface because there's still zombies on the surface. We can't open the fortress up. We've managed to trap most of the zombies inside this hallway, but because there's still too many zombies on the surface, we can't get onto the surface. And we need to get onto the surface because that's where our anvil is. So because we can't get our anvil, we can't make any more picks, which means we can't mine. And a fortress that can't mine is not a fortress. It's just a disaster waiting to happen. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment, unfortunately. So what we're trying to do at the moment is trying to use bridges. We're going to make a bridge contraption, which is hopefully going to be enough to save this fortress, but we will see. We will see indeed. Cancel that task. I don't need any more rock blocks. I need to reserve as many rocks as I can now, actually. We're not going to get any more. Alright, that one. Oh, I don't want to pull it. Cancel. Stop removal. Link to that granite bridge there, yeah. Not really standing. Hey, we got some statues though. In fact, we're gonna have to cancel They're gonna have to cancel the statue task as well. We need all of the rock that we got left in the fortress to make mechanisms. It's the only way we'll succeed. That Tanner is gonna die as well. Nothing we can do to save him. I think he's missing like a leg or something. Let's have a look at him. Oh, he's not actually that badly hurt. His left lower leg is fractured. Okay, cancel that. Right, so that lever should be linked up now. To this bridge here. Yep, there's the granite mechanisms. We're going to build a second lever, which will be linked up to... and then we'll build 3. We'll have 3 levers. I think 3 will be enough. We can open and close all of the other bridges just using 1 lever, right? But I want to have a lever on this bridge. Sorry, I want to have a... This is not the time for a strange mood. But I want a lever on this bridge here and this one so we can control those separately. The other bridges in the middle, we're just going to have them all on the same lever because we're just going to be opening and closing them repeatedly to try and smash as many zombies to death as we can. Okay. Yep, I'll link that up there. Yeah, we're still making mechanisms, that's good. We haven't run out of stone just yet. I mean, we should have loads of stone in the fortress still. The issue is that we will eventually run out of it if we're not able to mine it. Okay, so we only need 2 more mechanisms actually, and then we've managed to link up every bridge. The bridge grinder, yep, this is not an elegant solution, but it is a solution. So yeah, it is a solution. We will see whether it is the solution. We will see whether it works or not. Large roach remains. Yeah, dump that. Dump that into the pit. Here, this is where we're dumping all of our garbage, by the way. You can see that there's quite a pile of just various remains here already. Rotten dwarf, latcher corpses, troglodyte, body bits, all sorts of rubbish. Yeah, so they still it'll take them a while to do that linking up. In the meantime, how is everybody? We're just waiting for this to go through. I'll just talk about some stuff, I guess. I'm hoping that soon, once I got a bit more money, I'm really broke at the moment, but I'm hoping once I got a bit more money, I'll be able to afford a camera. I'm not going to be transitioning to webcam streams ever. I don't want to do that, but I'd like to get a camera so that I can do some model making streams, right? So just like some kind of streams where it's just me making like some Warhammer models, basically, because it's something I do. It's a hobby I've talked about it in the past. And, you know, some people here have expressed interest in that, so it's something I'd like to do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the 100 bits as well. Greatly appreciate it. You don't have to donate to me. I'm not that poor. I'm just kind of waiting to be paid again. So, yeah. But thank you for the bits, though. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, that's something I'm hoping I can do. Hopefully before Christmas. And I'm also going to be doing the election night stuff as well. That's something I've got planned. This December, I'm not going to be able to stream as much as I have been doing, and I haven't been streaming a lot to begin with, but I am going to be working a lot. I've got a lot of work I need to do in December. It's really quite unfortunate. I'm going to be working practically every day in December, except for Christmas Eve. No, even Christmas Eve. I think except for Christmas Day. But hey, you know, you do what you gotta do, right? I haven't been a student for a while, but I'm still basically just a student. I'm doing student jobs at the moment. But yeah, other than that, I don't think there's much else to really say at the moment. I think tomorrow we'll do the just chatting stream. We'll talk about what's going on in the wider world, because people enjoy that kind of stuff. And I think on Sunday I want to play Stellaris again, because it's been ages since I played Stellaris, and that's a good game. But yeah, I think that's about it. We have got the granite bridges almost all done. I think we just have one more to do, right? Yeah, we will just make sure that we linked. Yeah, this is that. There we go. Okay, so once those 2 jobs are done, we'll have that. Apparently we've got a dwarf corpse just sitting here. I guess we don't have enough space for a coffin, so we desperately need to bury that somewhere, because if we don't, then our dwarves will be very miserable. And also, this dwarf here is really upset because he can't claim any kind of workshop, which is really devastating. I'm going to guess the workshop that they want is the metalsmith's forge, which is on the surface, which we can't build. I've got basically every other kind of workshop they could be asking for, and they haven't claimed one yet. So I think Alpha Gmo is going to die of strange mood-itis, the inability to fulfill a strange mood. Hopefully they don't go berserk, because we really do not need more than one dwarf dying from that, if you get what I mean. Like, that is the risk that involves at the moment. Right, so yeah, they're still doing that. Still got a dwarf doing that. In fact, it's this guy here, Raul Omdodok, the militia captain. Today's the 29th, isn't it? Yeah. That means tomorrow's, yeah, Saturday, 30th. Okay. And then October the 1st is Sunday. October? December the 1st is Sunday. Okay, so we've done that. I guess I'll build a coffin as well, because we have a dwarf who needs to be buried, and I'll build 5 just to be certain. We've got enough rock mechanisms for the time being, so let's remove that task. We have almost finished linking up this lever to all of the drawbridges. So We will see if we can resolve the situation. This is going to be the last opportunity we get to resolve this. It needs to be done now. A dwarf just gave birth to a boy. Really not the appropriate time for it. Can we cram in some more books? What do you mean by that? Like, just in the stream? do you want us to make a library? I don't think we're going to make a library. Oh, bridges. Possibly. I don't think so. I mean, we could have built them more compactly, but I'm also concerned about waiting too long. I need this resolved soon. I need it done soon. I can't keep it waiting. And the more bridges we have, the more waiting we have to do. So that's kind of why we're doing it with a limited number of bridges. But we will, nevertheless, just... Let's pull that end lever here. Yeah, so that raises that. Pull that one there. That raises that one. Right. Okay, so that lever's pulled. Right, so that's open there. The way is open. So now we will open that lever. Open that lever and then alert. All of our dwarves who are currently in civilian mode will go on alert, and they'll go onto panic burrow, which is where is it? Yeah, that covers that area. So they should only be doing tasks in that area. Right, so the way has been opened, and they should almost immediately start streaming again. Let's just set this task up here to pull that and repeat just forever. Just keep doing this task. Not that one, sorry. We want to pull this one and just repeat that. And also let's pull that one. So you can see it here, we're grinding them in. We've already killed a whole bunch of them. Let's pull that lever again. Oh, apparently I built a retreating drawbridge by accident, so that bottom drawbridge doesn't actually smush anything. Okay, yeah. Oh my god, I can't believe this is working! Look at them! Look how many zombies we've gotten rid of already! We've gotten rid of most of them already! Oh, I love Dwarven Science so much. Okay, let's just pull that one because one zombie is getting really close to the... Yeah, there you go. They're still in siege mode. They're still in siege mode. Also, we really need to deal with that miasma. But we're currently crushing them. We've crushed almost all those. Oh my god, look at that. So we already had 3 dead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Dead zombies. Alright, we need to let the other zombies get in on the action, which requires us to therefore open the middle drawbridge here. Oh, before I forget, let's just build a coffin. We should build a we'll build a coffin pride place in the fortress because this is the only dwarf who has died in the zombie from a zombie. Well, he died valiantly trying to kill a zombie, so I think he deserves to be properly memorialized, right? I think we can all agree on that. So why don't we do that? We will build a coffin, which is, if I remember correctly, containers, cabinets, burial receptacle, N. Yeah, we'll build the coffin here to commemorate a very brave dwarf who died by punching a zombie to death. In fact, we now need to open this one again. I can't believe how effective this has been. I had this idea in my head that this would just not work at all. That this would be a complete joke of a method. Ooh, that one is a very fast zombie. Oh, he's almost in. Fuck. Oh no! One of them made it past. One of them made it past. It doesn't matter. It's fine. We can deal with this. We just have to send everybody into the look. All right. We knew that this wasn't a perfect method, right? But it did work. It killed most of the zombies. If we just send everybody to go kill this guy here, hopefully one of them pulls the lever quickly. Yeah, they're all closed. Thank you. Yeah, we've killed him off there. All right, they're beating that zombie to a pulp. All the dwarves are just punching him. He's dead. He's dead. He's been punched to death. I think he has anyway. Okay, oh god. Yeah, this one. Do you not have access to weapon grade material? We do, but our anvil is on the surface. That's the problem. The anvil is on the surface, which is why we're in this predicament. Also, all of our miners are dead and we can't access their picks because their picks are underwater. So at the moment, we are just doing everything we can to try and hopefully end the siege using drawbridges. Because we can't mine anything else out. We've killed almost all of these, but they're still not giving up. I was hoping that if we killed enough of them, the siege would just end by itself. But we're going to have to hopefully... Well, you can see it here, right? Right, military... Yeah. Okay. Right, I think we're ready for the grinder. We're ready to try the grinder again. Alright. Yeah. The zombies are all slowly coming in. Also, some of my dwarves for some reason are trying to do tasks over here. I'm not sure why. No. The bottom one has to be open, Bez. The bottom one has to be open. Also, the drawbridge to the outside is open, so they could retreat. They just haven't yet. The reason the bottom one has to be open is because it's only by having the bottom one open that the zombies will even path into the fortress anyway. As you can see here, the zombies are rushing into the fortress because they can see that there's a path towards the citizens. That's the only way that they'll come into the fortress. In fact, we're going to have to just cancel that because we need the zombies to get close enough to it. Otherwise, they will keep losing interest. Alright, pull it once more. Yeah, that's why this is so risky. We have to have it open. We can't not have it open because by having it open, the fortress basically... You get the picture, right? You can see here, for example, this zombie here, he's pathing directly into the fortress. That's because he's... And you can see also now, the dwarves from the goblins, the zombies that are in the stockpile room are doing the same thing here. They're kind of trapped in there. I'm not sure what we're going to do about that. Oh, no, no, no. Why are they... Why is he trying to fight? Alright, we're going to disband all of our military squads now because they're now more of a hindrance than they are helpful. Because that guy decided he was going to go fight some zombie by himself. He's probably going to die from it. In fact, he's fleeing onto the surface. What is this dwarf? Who is this dwarf? What are you playing at, son? I did have a military alert. They should all be on panic mode. So they shouldn't be allowed to do tasks inside the burrow, outside the burrow. Yeah, he's gonna die now. He's been wounded pretty badly. That's unfortunate. He was the guy who was pulling the lever. Do task now. Come on, I don't care which dwarf does it. We just need a dwarf to go do it. Okay. Okay, another zombie got inside the fortress. That's fine. We've already proven that we can kill individual zombies by just having all of our dwarves go up to him and punch him. So we will try that. We will have all these dwarves go and kill that elf spearman. Alright, they killed him, but we lost a bunch of our dwarves as well. Alright, just stop panicking. Please stop panicking. I know it's very distressing. Wait, what are they doing? Oh, the zombie's still alive? It's still alive? Christ almighty, this is a difficult zombie. It killed everybody in the military squad. We're just going to have to throw everything we got at it. And we haven't got a lot left. Believe me. Just beat it, come on, just punch it to death. There's only 23 dwarves left in the fortress. I think this has been all for naught. Alright. Why did you become so angry at Helden recently? I don't know when I became angry at Helden. You can chain an animal as bait to lure them instead of keeping the path towards citizens open. I don't even... Oh, I should have thought about that actually, you're right. I don't remember calling him a Muppet Worm. To be honest, this isn't really the time to talk about that either. But yeah, I think I think we put up a valiant defense. We've definitely killed the vast majority of the zombies. Look how many zombies we killed. Well over 60 zombies. But I do think that the situation has now reached a point where I would consider this unrecoverable. We could kill the rest of the zombies. We probably would succeed in doing so, but to be honest, I think that recovering from this, and especially the stress implications of this, because this whole area is littered with just dead dwarves, and all sorts of things. So I think we're gonna have to admit defeat on this one. I'm happy with the effort we put up. I did make some really silly mistakes in this fortress. In the next one, we'll try and resolve those mistakes. We might try and do another ocean fortress. Perhaps this time we won't do it near zombies, because that just complicates matters even further. But until then, we're going to be leaving it here. And I'm going to retire this fortress as well. We're going to abandon this fortress, in fact. We're going to succumb to the invasion. This was the shortest of death. It's about 3 streams. We did 3 streams of this, and a lot of dwarves died. I hope you enjoyed it, though. I think it was worth it, right? I'd consider it worth it. So we will. We definitely killed enough zombies. I'm gonna just edit this real quick to reflect. Probably 60 plus zombies, roughly speaking, and the same number of dwarves. I think we did okay. Not ideal. We had a lot of stuff go wrong, but this was the Shore of Death, and like I say, I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you guys later when we do something else tomorrow, and yeah. We've succumbed to the invasion. There we go. Good effort. Yeah, we tried. I promised you I'd try. We tried to resolve it. I think it was the right way to resolve it. It was really unfortunate that last zombie was so powerful. The other zombies up until that point we'd been able to just beat to death without too many casualties, right? Like the other zombies we killed, we only had like 1 casualty on each zombie, which is acceptable. But we lost half of our dwarves to that 1 zombie. So at that point, we really couldn't do much else, right? Your strength has been broken. But we'll be back again. We'll be doing some more of this, like I say. And yeah, join us for that. I'm surprised you had 60 doors, but no. Yeah, I think that was it. I guess that zombie had skills, and I don't think the others did. The problem was leaving the anvil on the surface. I didn't realise what a mistake I'd made until later. If the anvil had been in the fortress, then losing the picks wouldn't have been an issue. We had access to iron, we had access to all sorts of resources. But because the anvil was on the surface and there was no reasonable way for me to get it, the only method that was available was to somehow trap the zombies, which is what I was trying to do. But the anvil was hauled in. It was because I set it up on the surface, because at the time, we were still planning to build a fortress on the surface, on the water, and I had a dwarf have a strange mood, and I needed metal. So I just set it up real quick, kind of like, yeah, I'll just put it here, we'll just make some iron bars, and then he'll make his artifact, and then that'll be it. But I didn't think to then destroy it, I just left it there. And that was what the problem was. It was a mistake on my part. It was a mistake on my part that I made like 4 hours ago. That's the funny thing. There's one of the things I like about Dwarf Fortress, actually. Yeah, one of the things I like about Dwarf Fortress is that sometimes the decisions you make can have really unintended consequences. I made that decision without really thinking about it. Like I say, it's just like a second thought, right? Yeah, get the metal. He gets his iron. He's not going to die. All sorted. We're done. But came back to bite me. So yeah, that's Dwarf Fortress for you. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Thank you to everyone who followed today. Thank you for the 100 bits as well, and also for the 2 resubs, 2 resubscriptions today, which is really good. But yeah, I'll see you guys later, and we'll continue with something again tomorrow, whatever it is.